Jeffree Star's birthday is this month, November 15th to be exact, and to celebrate this, he's decided to come out with his own new makeup collection. It's called the Scorpio collection, obviously because he's a Scorpio. Not that he's come out with the collection because he's a Scorpio, but it's called Scorpio because he's a Scorpio. That was weird and convoluted. Anyways, I took the pictures and the information from Trend Mood. Let's have a little talk about this. In true Jeffree Star fashion, there's quite a few things. He has his general stuff of like hoodies, joggers, all that sort of thing. But there's an eyeshadow palette. There's some liquid eyeshadows, some lipsticks, lots of stuff. The eyeshadow palette itself is retailing for $62, and he did this whole spiel about how, oh, I feel like I've done everything that I've wanted to do so far. But then this came to me, and it felt very much like he was kind of being like, this came to me in a dream and inspiration. I don't know. For me, it's just not it. Now, I will say I'm not a fan of Jeffree Star, but I still don't really get this eyeshadow palette. There's definitely like individual shades here that I think are quite pretty. I think the purples are really, really pretty. But the colour story in and of itself feels extremely disjointed. I think the most interesting thing about this collection is the fact that this is launching on November 15th, which is the same date as James Charles's Painted palette. And I believe that James Charles did that on purpose just to screw with Jeffree, which, my goodness, petty. He also has several shades of shiny trap lipsticks which are retailing for $20 each. I think some of these shades are quite interesting. He's obviously done a lot of work on the embossing on this to have the whole Scorpio thing on it. I mean, they're fine. They're not for me, but there you go. Then, of course, there are the Liquid Star eyeshadows, and they're retailing for $20 each. I feel like that green sage is very, very pretty, but then that pink kind of throws me. It's like totally off the colour story. These are that little bit more interesting than the eyeshadow palette, but they're still not for me, obviously. And hey, guess what? He's gotten into the whole lip oil thing as well. He has the Scorpio Venom lip oil, which does make me wonder, he said it's venom. Is it going to be plumping? What's the story there? Anyways, that's going to retail for $20 US. And again, he has a whole chunk of merch. So he has his mirrors. There's the Ego Death Cleaver hand mirror, the Scorpio Cleaver hand mirror, and they're $30. But look at the little dog hand mirror. It's called Diva Lynn, and it's $30. I do think that's very, very cute. Like, that's adorable. And then there's, of course, a Scorpio yak plushie. I don't know what about the yak is Scorpio, but, you know, there you go. That's $30. There's also a makeup bag in there as well for $30. Yeah, I mean, they're fine. I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm not a fan of Jeffree Star, but it does feel like the sheen of his brand has fallen a little bit. It's not as interesting, it's not as relevant as it once was. A lot of this feels extremely dated to me. I will say that the stuff that I had from Jeffree Star, and I do still have it because I bought it, it's good quality. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the quality. If you like this, I'm delighted for you. You know, I hope you enjoy it. And if you do get it, again, hope that you enjoy it. None of this is, however, for me, but it's grand. I will say the Scorpio eyeshadow palette, it has thrown me because I saw over on Reddit, like when you take the sleeve off, it's just Jeffree Star in the nip. Like, they've tastefully covered him, but like, he's in the nip on his cover. And do you remember, like, way back when he used to say, like, I don't want to be that person that puts their face all over their palettes, and he did that with the cremated. Now it's just like he's plastering himself everywhere. I didn't think that I would have this year end with me seeing Jeffree Star in the nip. Who had that on their bingo card? Anyways, it's all a little bit strange. There's nothing about this that necessarily screams Scorpio to me, but I am not a Scorpio. I am a Taurus. Such a Taurus thing to say. Anyways, not for me. But anyways, I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you into this? Or do you, like me, feel like his brand just isn't as relevant or as interesting as it once was? Ooh, controversial? Who knows?